Ladies and gentlemen, Decaf Nation, welcome back to the video. And I know what you're thinking, this is not a racing video, and indeed it is not. I'm honestly kind of running out of stuff to talk about for NASCAR Heat 5 coming out. So when that game comes out, be rest assured that we're going to get some more of that stuff coming out. And I do have one more video planned, I think, talking about NASCAR Heat 5 before it comes out. So we'll get to that. But what we're looking at today is UFC 3 released by EA Sports, or more specifically, UFC 4. And UFC 4 is set to be revealed on July 11th at the Fight Island event. And so I have put together a little wish list of things that I want to see in this game. I play UFC 3 all the time. I don't really cover it on the channel, but maybe I will more if you guys enjoy this type of video. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this kind of video. And thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, we are on our way to 100 subscribers, and I'm really looking forward to that. So if you would subscribe, that would absolutely make my day. I hope you guys are all having a blessed day, and we'll get into the list now. So the first thing that I really would like to see is a revamped career mode, which the career mode in UFC 3 isn't terrible, but I don't think it's very good, to be honest. I don't like that the actual fighting is such a little aspect of it. Like, the training camps and that kind of stuff honestly take up more time than the actual fights, and I don't think that's very good, and I also don't think it really replicates the life of a UFC fighter very well, to be honest. Like, if we could do like post-fight callouts and that kind of stuff, I think that would be really cool. And just other stuff like that, like maybe endorsement deals, I think that stuff would be awesome to see, and I would love to see that. And another thing that I would like from the career mode in UFC 4 is retiring fighters and auto-generated fighters. And we obviously know that they can do auto-generated fighters because they do in your WFA thing at the beginning of your career, which I also would like to see changed. I'd like maybe some different, like, fighting, like real fighting leagues, because the UFC has so many fighting leagues under its belt that they could definitely do that. So I think they should definitely do that. And overall, I would just like to see a restructure of career. So a couple rundowns of what we'd like to see in career. We want uh, retiring and auto-generated fighters. We want real fighting leagues to like start, and I want to see it replicate the life of a UFC fighter better with endorsements and or post-fight interviews. Now, another thing that I would like to see is a rework of Ultimate Team. I'm not a big Ultimate Team guy in really any game. I think Madden Ultimate Team isn't terrible, but other than that, I don't really like Ultimate Team, and I especially don't like Ultimate Team in UFC. I don't think it really works, and if we could replace it with a different mode, I wouldn't mind that. But if we're going to have Ultimate Team in UFC 4, I think it needs a complete rework. The way it works just doesn't really work for me, and the lack of events and stuff, it gets really stale really fast. So I'm not a big fan of Ultimate Team. I'm not really sure what we could see as like a replacement mode. Maybe I think like a universe mode might work, like we see in WWE 2K, like something where, because there's obviously the card creator, but if we could make that deeper and make it like a full mode where you put on like shows and have champions and stuff like that, I think that would be really cool to see. So I wouldn't mind like a universe type style mode. I think that would be cool. And I really think we need expanded rosters, or like live service rosters maybe, because there's so many notable fighters that aren't in the game at this point that really need to be in UFC 4. So I think we either need expanded rosters, or ideally after launch we could get some like DLC fighters, like keeping up with who's running well in the UFC and stuff like that. Maybe some like fighter updates and stuff. And so I think we definitely need that. Now moving on to some gameplay changes that I really would like to see in this game. So I think the entire UFC community, like the gaming community obviously as a whole, kind of has this in mind. I'd like to see more ways that the fight can end with like stoppages and that kind of stuff. Um, I don't really think that the end of fights are super realistic, and that's just how it's going to be, I guess. There's not a ton that you can do to fix that because I'm not sure how you could really implement stoppages. I know that they have before in the THQ games, which I actually haven't played, but I think that there are definitely better ways that you can implement that they haven't really sought out, I guess. And another thing about the end of the fights, I'm not really a big fan of how the fights end, I guess you could say. Um, I would like to see more flush knockouts, I guess, which I don't know if that's stupid because that kind of takes away a little bit of the realism of it, I guess, because you don't really see that much in UFC where they just get like one big, roundhouse kick and then they're just out, like no punches on the ground or nothing like that. That doesn't really happen. So I guess I understand why they have it like that. That would take a little bit of the realism away, but it would be so cool, right? If you could just go up and hit like a spinning back kick right to somebody's jaw and just that's it. Like it's over. They are laying it dead on the ground and you're just standing there. We Are the Champions is playing in the background and the crowd is screaming. Okay, I'm taking it too far. I'm taking it too far. But you get what I'm saying. That would be awesome. I would love to see that. And another thing that I would like to see on a more serious note, I guess, is a rework of the grappling system. And I know a lot of people want to see this as well because they did striking extremely well in this game. And to be honest, I think they did the submissions good too. But the grappling is just so bad and finicky. Like, even when I'm playing as a grappler, I find myself constantly trying to just get back up. Even when I'm like in control, just trying to get back up and just fight. And I don't know. I feel like that's not how it should be, to be honest. Like, even when I'm in control, it just seems stupid to be down there. And when you're on the bottom, it's ridiculously hard to get back up. And sometimes I like when I'm playing as a striker or a brawler and I find myself up against like a submission artist or like um a grappler, basically like they'll get a takedown with like 3 minutes in the round and I'll be like, all right, there's that round, I guess, because I'm basically just laying there on the round for the rest of the round. Like it just kind of, I don't it's not my cup of tea. Some people might like it, but it's not my cup of tea, to be honest. And that's okay. We can all have our own opinions on that. That doesn't, in the scheme of life, that doesn't matter. And I don't know, like just little things like that I think are kind of stupid. Or like when you go up against a grappler, and I guess this is realistic because obviously there's strategy in real life fighting and that kind of stuff, but when you go up against the AI in their grappler and you're landing big hits or whatever, like I have found myself so many times in a fight, and this is infuriating, to be honest, when this happens. Like I'll be in a fight and I'll be landing some big hits. I'll maybe get a knockdown, and they'll get a takedown, and I'll get up, and I'll hit one more punch, and they'll go for another takedown, and I'll block it, and I'll break the hold, and then I'll land one more punch, and they go for a takedown, and I block it, and I break the hold, and I land one more punch, and they go for a takedown, and I block it, and I break the hold, I get one more punch, they go for a takedown, they get it, and then that's the rest of the round. And I feel like that happens so much in these games, which I don't know. I I don't know if that's how it's meant to be, but I it's so annoying. Like, it totally breaks up the pace of the fight, and it basically makes it impossible to do anything when anytime you try to gain any momentum, they just go for a blocked takedown like over and over and over, and I don't like that. So basically, that's my list of things that annoy me and my wish list, I guess, for UFC 4. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're on the road to 100, like I said. And I don't know, I'm excited for this game. I don't know when it's coming out, obviously, because they haven't officially revealed it yet. But it's going to be great. I can't wait. I don't know if this is the kind of video that I am going to be putting out more, but I figured that I didn't really have anything else to talk about with the NASCAR Heat game, so I figured I'd try something else. So, yeah, I hope you guys are all having a blessed day, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. As always, stay safe, and this has been Decaf Dr. Thunder.